Here we go. We have the 4 seed in the Hardin region, Jimmy Butler, going up against 13 seed Jaren Jackson Jr. A fascinating matchup of two of the best defenders in the league. Just length galore. High-level competitors. This one is particularly interesting. I'm sure Wob is sad that he's not able to, commentate tonight because Jaren Jackson Jr. is his favorite player in this tournament in terms of just value. I think he picked him as a Cinderella to potentially go far. So we'll see if he can get past a tough first-round matchup against Jimmy. But we've seen length, do pretty well so far, and Jaren Jackson up 2-0 here early on. Matt, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's absurd that this is even a close one, that this is going to be probably closer than I think it should be. Jimmy Butler would annihilate this poor kid. Like, I love Jaren Jackson Jr. as an NBA player in a 5-on environment. He has no go-to moves. He has a very questionable handle. He has problems with his strength because he hasn't added those 2-3 years of NBA strength training, and he hasn't grown into the body yet. Like, there is zero chance.
Dribbling through his legs behind his back against Jimmy Butler.
Right. Like this, a lot of this is just like, okay, I have no idea where these estimations are coming from. Don't get me wrong, Jaren Jackson Jr. is an NBA player. He's a great NBA player. So he's an awesome basketball player. Yeah. But in this environment, even with the height, because a lot of it is the strength matters a lot for if you're in that post environment. Butler should be able to get the edge on him every time and just power through him whenever he wants it.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be a very good NBA player, I think.
So as much right there, as much as everybody will talk about the post-up moves, because that's what you think of. Jaren Jackson is shooting 44% in the post this year via synergy. He is 22nd percentile. I love the kid, but it's him and Ja Morant. That's such an exciting combo. It's him as a 3-point spot up, basically a small ball 5 that I love the potential of. It's not one-on-one gonna take over a game. That is not the move.
I think Jaren does have some ball skills that he could potentially tap into. I mean, we saw it at Michigan State. He was able to, they really spaced him out at Michigan State. He played the 4, which is, I think somewhat crazy. I think he's a 5, best position in the NBA. He's got the size to play 5.
In 2 years, well, he doesn't though. That's what I'm saying is if you look at his frame, he's so skinny. That's why they play him next to JV. Is Valanciunas.
I'm saying the length. He's like Anthony Davis in that the length and the defense is there for a 5, just thin. Does that make sense?
It does. It's just that Davis is so much better in every aspect, and Davis is also bigger. Davis is 7 feet, and now especially, I think if you remember, the Pelicans played Davis, and Davis has never wanted to play 5. Nice shot by Butler. Davis has never wanted to play 5 because he didn't want to get
banged around.
He didn't want to get beat up the way that he does. He still doesn't.
JaVale McGee is playing starting center. Yeah,
and Dwight. And that's a big reason. It's if you talk to anybody that talks to Davis will be I don't want that because he knows he gets injured.
Yeah. And they're doing the same with Jaren early on so far. I mean, they're playing Valanciunas next time.
All of these blocks are very this is real life to me. I can see if Butler trying to constantly cram on him, and Jackson being able to just be my game plan is to play defense and hang with him. I can see that happening.
And Jackson's pretty quick. Both laterally and everything. That
really quick.
He can hang with some guys on the perimeter. I think that's the enticing thing about Jaren Jackson is I think he does have some ability to put the ball on the ground. When he was at Michigan State, he was able to.
Why did he go to the under? Oh, I should have gone to the under there. If he just taken the right hand, he had it.
Yeah. At Michigan State, he'd play outside as this stretch 4, and if they swing it around to him, he was able to attack a closeout and dribble around and make a play. He hasn't really done that a whole lot here in the NBA, but I mean the dude's still 19 years old, so who cares?
Yeah, who Jaren Jackson is now versus who Jaren Jackson will be at 26. It's not even comparable.
Different.
Yeah, great defense by Butler.
But that's the enticing thing is does Jaren Jackson look like sort of a Chris Bosh player? Because Chris Bosh is a really good freaking player.
That's a really great comp, actually. That's a really great comp. That's like 7 blocks, I think, for Jackson now. Jimmy
The only
just
problem
can't
is
finish.
you
8.
can't. You're not supposed to comp a right-handed player versus a left-handed player.
Sure.
So that was, a mistake on my part. You have to go same race and same handedness.
Jimmy's getting separation on the dribble and not taking the shot.
He's not right.
He's trying to muscle in versus a guy that's got like 5 inches on him.
God, there's so many blocks. We're like 6 minutes in and it's 3-4. What
This
are
is
we doing here?
the 2003 finals of one play.
I'm not sure we're gonna get to the second round. We might just. I think
Just
we
be
might
here
stuck
forever.
here.
I'm
Yeah.
stuck here in quarantine.
We're just gonna have to shut down the stream for when. Oh, hold it. We're gonna have to shut down the stream when the season starts back up. And we'll just say, all right, well, Jimmy and Jaren are still going out here on the virtual streets, but we had to go right.
Nice. Love Jimmy Butler's one-on-one game. So patient.
Yeah.
So deliberate.
Strong, smart. Yeah, he can bang.
Underrated passer. Like, I've always liked Paul George better, but Butler's so good. There you go. There you go. Get to the rim. Run
That's
him out.
like the underrated this player versus this player is, people always debate, like, this guy or this guy. The Jimmy versus PG debate is always an interesting one to me.
The 2017 All-NBA debate between those two, great defense by Butler. Just freaking great defense by Butler. That debate was haughty. That's what it was. It was haughty.
Yeah. I really think it's like team dependent. Like I legitimately think Butler just was not in a place to really do what he does best the last couple of years. But obviously in Miami he's been incredible.
But he's been good. What's been surprising though is like in Miami, in Miami, we talked about this with Bam. Like I think Bam has been as good. I think Bam's as much of a reason for their success, especially with all the time that Butler's missed this year.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Bam has been incredible. Speaking of another young guy who just can space out, almost another Chris Bosh-ish player. Just awesome defense, can shoot. These guys are coming into the NBA very quickly.
Butler got the edge and is just trying to get the angle to get the shot up, and Jackson's length just swallows him up. So
6-5, and we're pretty far.
It's a barn
this
burner.
match.
It's a barn burner. I'm glad that Jaren Jackson's not like effortlessly hitting fadeaways. That's the thing I'm glad about. See that Butler would have made that one. There's no way Butler gets the edge there and misses that layup. He's too good. He's too good. Look at that big dribble. Should be all over that dribble.
I know Butler would just swipe that. I think in real life.
Yeah.
It's a good take.
6-6.
It's a good take.
So what's the spread here?
Spread is Jimmy minus 3.5.
Getting close there. This is getting close.
Yeah. I mean, the last 10 minutes have showed us. The last 10 minutes have shown that this is a fairly even matchup on 2K.
Yeah.
So
It's a really close one. Which is
I'd be
surprising
surprised
because
if he outscores him by 4 at this point.
Butler should have a pretty big edge in 2K rating. I would think.
I think it's about 8 points higher. So
yeah,
decently high.
Oh, that's a tough miss for Butler. Butler's getting some good looks when he's not getting blocked and just missing good looks.
Butler's actually, I think, a little underrated by 2K.
What?
I think he was like an 88 or something like that, which like seems a little low for Jimmy. I think maybe it was just, again, like the public a little down on him after sort of a weird year, weird years in Minnesota and Philly,
Yeah. I mean, he was great for Philly. Like, he was the whole reason that they got to he was a big reason they got out of the first round versus the Nets, and he was the biggest reason, in my opinion, they got to 7 versus the Raptors.
I don't disagree with you. I just don't think that that's the public sentiment. Like, he was the, like, in just terms of, like, star level things that people talk about on Twitter. Like, Simmons and Embiid, like, just dominate the discourse around that team.
Nice take. 8-7.
All right, Jimmy starting to get a little traction here around the rim after there was like a 2 or 3 minute part of the game there where Jackson was Jackson was blocking everything. He had like
And there
9
again.
blocks in a row.
There again. Great defense by both sides. Finish. All right. That's the cover, is it not?
That's the cover. That's the cover.
That's
I mean,
a
unless
shame.
Jimmy hits a 3, which he hasn't.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna. He's not even gonna take one. He will not take a 3.
I'm not even sure if he's put a foot behind the 3-point line at any time, other than just to take it back quickly.
And a travel.
That was questionable.
Jaren.
That was questionable. Do you think they have gathering built in on 2K?
Gathering.
Yeah, I will say
Nice.
that they do have some of the the signature moves. A strong move by Jimmy there. Some of the signature go-to moves. They look pretty good. Like Harden's step back is almost perfect.
Yeah.
Because they have
Harden's
the
step
little
back is,
like the little shuffle back, you know.
A little shuffle. Yep. Jimmy trying to shake him. Ah, just blocked into oblivion. Get these bigs out of the tournament.
9 up. Stepped out. Wow.
Looking forward to an all big Final Four.
Yeah. Well, unless Harden or Steph just bomb 3s.
Bomb 3s. And nope.
I mean, it's probably going to be an all big wing Final Four, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, and those are the best players in the NBA, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Whew. It was a great series of moves, but just Jaren's making up for it with his helicopter.
There's a lot of nutmegs in 2K.
Yeah. Oh, good defense by Butler. But still Jaren's ball. Still Jaren's ball.
This is quite the game.
Bob is on pins and needles here.
Quite the game. I've run
One
out of,
3-pointer, Jimmy. Just
I've
back
run out
up
of
and fire. Nope. Just keep trying the same thing. Surely it will happen. It will happen sometime.
I feel like the commentators, when you watch some of these baseball games, they get into the 18th inning, which
Right.
what do you say? What do you say
Right.
after 18 innings?
There's those long silences. Oh my God, Butler finished the freaking. I want to go home. Get me out of here.
When football and basketball games, team games go into overtime,
Yeah.
the suspense really, really builds. You can feel it on the court. But something like this or baseball, it's the 16th inning. It's still just one-on-one, a pitcher.
All right, Jaren's in position to steal this. Needs one more block on him, which of course he'll get because Jimmy's going to drive. Yep. There he goes. He's 8 feet taller than me. Let me post him up. Oh. Jaren Jackson's going to win this, and Wobb's going to be insufferable.
Here we go.
And there it is. Right there. Unbelievable. Jimmy Butler loses to Jaren Jackson Jr. All right.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah, sometimes a guy has 16 blocks. That's what happens.
16 blocks.
Sometimes
16 to 0?
that's just the way it goes. Yes.
Is it 16 to 0?
It was 16 to 0 in blocks.
16 to 0 blocks. Oh my God.
Jimmy Butler